This one, yeah, this one hurt. Tonight on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name, all passion, and thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen of the day. I'm from the Bay Area. I've been a diehard A's fan since '81, and I don't just talk A's, I live them. Through heartbreak, home runs, and relocation rumors, we stay locked in. This isn't just another A's podcast. This is the most informative and insightful show on the A's, period. If it happens in Sacramento or in Vegas, we're on it. If a prospect gets hot in Midland or a coach says something sketchy post-game, we will talk about it. We break down every game, analyze every move, and bring you honest, fearless takes every single day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So if you're watching or listening right now, take 1 second and smash that subscribe button and let's build something together. And if you can, and I feel like I am worthy, please give me a 5-star rating on Podbay or Apple Podcast along with a review. That would be very helpful. Well, they were one swing away, one pitch away, one blink, one breath, one better decision away from stealing a game they had no business still being in. The A's mounted a ninth-inning rally soaked in rain, sweat, and fight, but came up just short in Tampa, falling 6-5 in a game that felt like it could have rewritten the vibes of the entire road trip. This one hurt. This one hurt a lot. Let's get into it. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. If your heart's still pounding from that ninth inning that ended about 10 hours ago, good. That's what baseball's supposed to feel like. This one was loud. This one was wild. And yeah, this one stings. Bummer, Jesus. No question, bud. Kurtz struck out 4 times. Yeah, he had a rough series. We'll get into that. I believe the A's struck out 17, 27, 42 times. They struck out 42 times this entire series, Jesus. Let's start at the top, though. Literally, Denzel Clarke, fresh off his electric night in center, led off the game, but watched strike 3 dot the outside edge. Soderstrom swung at the very first pitch and grounded out harmlessly. Brent Rooker. He was locked in. Second pitch he sees, gone. An absolute nuke over the left field fence, his 18th homer of the year. And a reminder that Brent Rooker doesn't need your permission to flip a game. Ryan Pepiot, he got rattled right after. He walks Kurtz. He walked Muncy. Suddenly it's 2 on, 2 outs for Austin Wynns, the unlikely hero of last night's miracle 10th. And Pepiot fell behind 3-0 in that at bat, I believe, but then locked in and struck out. No, he was 2-0. Sorry. And then locked in and struck out Wynns on the next 3 pitches. Rooker's solo shot that the A's got, but they were up 1-0. Mitch Spence. He was on one early, right? Bottom 1, 2K, 6 up, 6 down to start the game. No flinching. Spence looked like a guy who wasn't just pitching for a win. He was pitching for respect, man. He wants to cement himself into the role in that rotation. And he looked good to start. That's for sure. Top of the second, chaos and momentum. Luis Urias reached on Junior Caminero's error at third. Routine play. He flubbed it. 2 pitches later, Colby Thomas hit a shot. 105 off the bat. Unfortunately, right to the shortstop. Routine double play, 6-4-3. And then Max Schumann Max Schumann plays hard every time he's out there, man. The number 9 hitter and a dude who just finds weird ways to impact games. He did that last year. He's doing that this year. He's just not getting the run this year that he got last year. And he got one in the air in that Florida breeze, and it carried out of the wall and left, and it was the second homer of the year. Suddenly, 2-0 A's. Clarke then works a walk and immediately swipes second. That 70 grade wheels on display, but with 2 outs and Soderstrom up. The A's couldn't cash it in, man. Clarke stuck at second, and we head to the bottom of the second with the A's up 2-0. Soderstrom he's been struggling. He just has not been able to drive in runs, man. Then came the weirdest play of the night. There's 2 outs, and Jake Magnum smashes one off the top of the wall in deep center. And the carom just dies, right? Clarke gets turned around. By the time the ball is back in the infield, Magnum is already diving headfirst across home plate for an inside the park home run, 2-1. And Spence suddenly looks mortal, but he regroups and gets out of the third. Third inning, Rooker again comes out hacking. First pitch just hits a rocket, 112 off the bat. Unfortunately, line drive right to the left fielder. Pepio then froze Nick Kurtz, like Jesus said. That strikeout, that was Kurtz's second strikeout of the game. He would end up with the sombrero, golden sombrero, I believe, which was 4. Muncy grounded out, and just like that, A's bats go cold. Spence was awesome. Kept shoving in the third. Thice rolled over. Wall struck out. Lowe blooped one and left with 2 strikes. And then Brandon Lowe smoked a line drive that Soderstrom snatched at first base. Inning over. 4 start out with a dud. Wynns ground out. Urias popped out, and Colby Thomas went down swinging. But Luis Urias got hurt. He left the game before the bottom half. I don't know what happened. I don't have any word. But Gio Urshela came in. Muncy moved to short. Schumann moved to second, and Urshela came in at third. Spence opened to the fourth with a soft single by Yandy Diaz, struck out Aranda, and then got Caminero again. He rolled this time into a tailor-made 6-4-3 DP. Spence was solid. He had a lot of movement to that sinker. He was missing barrels, man. He looked good the first 4 innings. 5th inning, Schumann, 3 hits today. Got his second hit in the 5th. Starts with a clean single. And Denzel Clarke made an amazing bunt down the third base line. I thought for sure he was going to beat that out. Caminero made a slick, barehanded play, nailed him at first. But we still had first runner on second, 1 out, with Soderstrom and Rooker coming up, and Pepio strikes them both out. Strikeouts were the story of today's game. To be honest, the story of the series. Bottom 5, rain starts falling. The good kind, where it messes with vision, grip, rhythm, and yet Denzel Clarke makes the best play of the game. Magnum, who had the inside the park home run earlier, crushes it to left center. And Denzel, another one of his amazing plays. The guy is just one of the best defensive fielders I've ever seen, and makes an amazing catch. Simpson grounds out, and then this is where you could kind of sense that Spence was getting a little shaky. Matt Thice, the number 9 hitter, crushes one at 108 miles per hour, hits it off the wall. He gets held to a single, which was a gift. It was a gift that the ball didn't get out of the park, to be honest. And Spence got out of it. Still 2-1. It was amazing that I felt good on how Spence was throwing the ball. He was throwing the ball good. But, you know, at the same time, you know, we have to take advantage of runners in scoring position when we have the middle of the lineup coming up. And that seems to have been it has been a theme of the whole season. We can't get key hits with 2 outs with runners in scoring position when we have good guys coming up. We competed every game this series, 100% Vegas. There's no question about it. Yeah, competing has not been the issue, man. We have been competing every game. No question about it. No question about it. But there needs to be a certain point where we turn these games into wins. And that's more my concern right now. And I'm going to take a break. When we come back, though, I'm going to show you the difference in the game between what the Rays did and what the A's did. And that's coming up here in about 2 seconds. We've all been there, logging on early and waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you have been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time makes concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. Tired of endless scrolling to find the best deal? Game Time Zone Deals picks the best seats in your section for you. Ever wonder what your view will actually look like before you buy? The app shows you a panoramic seat view, so there are no surprises. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets and MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app today, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Looking forward to our next series against the Giants. Yeah. Giants are winning tonight 5-3, top of 9. Looks like they'll be just getting right. I hope you're right, Jesus. It's always nice to beat the Giants, but considering we haven't beaten the Giants yet, I'll just take a series win. What's up, Alexander? I'm a Rays fan, and I can say you guys have a special crop of young guns. Future is hopefully bright for you guys, despite the stadium messiness. Definitely thought they were getting swept today. Yeah, it was a hell of a ball game today, Alexander. Rays are a tough team. They're a tough, resilient team. They have been like that for a while. They're a tough team. And it's what I expected this A's team to be a little bit more like. Unfortunately, we're not quite there yet. And, the key for the Rays right now is their pitching. I mean, Rays still don't have McClanahan back, and that's their guy. So, that's the whole thing right now. And they're still getting wins. I mean, Pepio looked great. Boz looked great. So, anyway. Let's head to the bottom of the 6th. The bottom of the 6th. Oh. Josh Lowe, first pitch. Spence got a changeup up in the zone, ties the game with one swing. Next pitch, Brandon Lowe drills a double into the gap, 0 outs, go ahead run on second. It's unraveling. Then Yandy Diaz ends the night for Spence with an absolute sledgehammer into the left field, over the left field fence, 4-2 Rays, just like that. Spence is pulled mid-inning, and this is where we need Hogan Harris to kind of lock it down. Harris comes in, but the bleeding continues. Caminero doubles. Caminero doubles was a big play. Oh, my God. Colby Thomas actually makes a hell of a play in left field. A great throw to second base. Has Caminero dead to rights. And Schumann, like, almost waits for him. And misses the tag, and Caminero was able to get in there. That ended up being costly. That was huge. And this is the difference right here between the A's and Rays. With 2 outs, Simpson bloops an RBI single. Matt Tice sneaks another run with 2 outs. Suddenly, it's 6-2. Those are the 8 and 9 hitters getting those hits. Our 3-4, our middle of the order, can't get that done. The Rays went to their bullpen. Kevin Kelly came in and made the A's look like they were swinging wiffle ball bats, man. Colby Thomas grounded out. Schumann finally got fooled and struck out. Denzel Clarke watched strike 3 with the bat on his shoulder. Harris came back in the bottom 7th. He got Josh and Brandon Lowe in the bottom half. Elvis Alvarado came in. And Elvis Alvarado, he didn't give up any runs or hits, but he got hit hard. Everything that came off the Rays bat when Alvarado was in there was hit hard. Uri's injury is a fake? No, I don't think it's a fake, Jesus. No. There's nothing to make me think that. I don't know why it would be. I don't know why it would be when they're trying to deal him. So it doesn't make any sense, but who knows? Maybe. 8th inning. Eric Orze enters in and just cooks. Soderstrom K, Rooker K, Kurtz K, 3 up, 3 down, all swinging. 17 strikeouts today, guys. 17 strikeouts today. Kurtz finished the series. What was Kurtz's final line today for the series? 0 for 10. 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. It's rough. Bottom 8 was clean. Aranda smoked one, but Max Muncy was playing him perfectly at short. Lined out. Alvarado gets Caminero and Magnum, score 6-2, and we go to the top of the 9th with nothing to lose, right? Max Muncy has looked great lately. Yeah, Vegas, I talked about Magnum's inside the park earlier. That was quite the play. Max Muncy's been looking great, man. Walks up, absolutely crushes the first pitch. Fastball of the night, solo home run. You're not thinking much of it. 6-3, right? Second homer of the series. Austin Wynns rips a double down the left field line. And that's it for Orze. Edwin Uceta comes in. Urshela, line drive base hit. Drives in, wins. 6-4. Okay. We got the tying run at the plate. Still no outs. Maybe. Colby Thomas. Strikeout. Wasn't even a competitive at bat. Swings through strike 3. Colby Thomas's line for his very first series. 1 for 9 with 4 strikeouts. 1 for 9, 4 strikeouts for Colby Thomas in his very first series. Not the best way. Schumann, 3rd hit of the night. He was something else. Clean knock to left. We got first and second. They pinch hit Lawrence Butler for Denzel. And Butler comes through. It doesn't make any sense to send a slow Urshela. I like holding him. Perfect. We got 6-4, bases loaded, 1 out with the middle of the lineup coming up. And then all of a sudden, Soderstrom hasn't done much, and he didn't do much on this at bat. Uceta actually made a bad play. He went after the ball instead of just going straight to first base. I believe, if I recall correctly. And there was no one covering first base. Infield hit. Bases loaded. 6-5. 1 out. I mean, come on, man. Brent Rooker has been swinging a great bat. Most teams' most dangerous bat. Fastball. I mean, just strike 3. Swings and misses. Now it's all on Kurtz. I mean, Kurtz has been delivering. He works it to 3-2. He was down in the count, found a couple off. Whole dugouts on the rail. Change up in the dirt. He chases it. Ball game. Ball game. I mean, yeah. Not much to say about that one, guys. This to me, there's been a couple, it got me to thinking, and what I'm going to go with the next segment on and what we're going to go through next is thinking through the season. What was our best wins? What was the toughest losses? Was tonight the worst loss of the year? Think about it. Think about what your most heartbreaking loss was. And I got a couple. And what you thought the best wins were. Let's talk about that coming up next. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you are in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers extra support and industry-leading service, so you will always talk to a real person. And for the trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free TradeMaster program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the TradeMaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Oh, Senna has been so shaky for the Rays. I definitely thought he was going to blow it. Young Dimer, you don't know. Yeah, no kidding. Thanks, bud. I'm more upset than Rooker. Yeah. I honestly thought that Kurtz was going to get a hold of one. I don't know. I felt shaky. I felt shaky about Kurtz. He didn't look good in the game. He looked late on the at-bats, etc. I wasn't sure. Oh, my God. Tampa Bay Devil Rays just hit a 2-run bomb in the 9th. They win it or tie it with that. Kelly Marte. Or Ketel Marte. Oh, my God. 5-5. Wow, Duvall gave it up. The worst part of the game is that they scored 5 runs and 6. Yes, I talked about that earlier. That was huge, man. What was he? Schumann just was waiting for him. It was kind of crazy, right? Getting swept by the Angels, the worst. We've lost 7 in a row to the Angels, man. I expected during that stretch for the A's to go 5-2. I wasn't expecting to go 0-7. Man. I mean, like I said, for me, saw Vegas right gravity. He was like froze down. No kidding. He like waited for him. It's the nuttiest thing, man. Is this the worst loss of the year? For me, it is. For me, this edges out the Grand Slam by Stowers in Miami. That was a bad loss. My top 3 losses of the year was, I might even have to go 4, right? Opening night was a brutal loss. We had control. Severino was shoving. Then Leclerc comes in, gives up the bomb to a Rosarena, and then Polanco in the 8th. That's up there. The Seattle game 2 in Sacramento, where Ferguson got lit up. That was the one we lost 5-3. I mean, the 6-5 loss in Seattle too, game 3 of that series, was brutal as well. The Mason Miller walking home the run 1-0 in San Francisco is brutal. What's up there as well is the one against Philly, 9-6. It's been a lot, man, because we've had a lot of bullpen blows, right? My least favorite game was Webb and Willard Formers. And yeah, when Willard Formers had 3 bombs. Yeah, but it was a blowout. That wasn't really a heartbreak for me, but I get it. Yeah, that's up there for least favorite. The win against the Phillies and Tigers were good. Both of them top 3. My favorite win of the year was definitely game 1 against Seattle in Sacramento. The walk-off by Jacob Wilson. We won it in 11. You guys remember that one? 7-6. That was the best record we had of the year at that point. That put us 20-16. That for me was my favorite one of the year. We had another walk-off, I think. Was it a walk-off? The Luis Urias walk-off against the White Sox in Sacramento didn't do much for me. Great win. Yeah, the Philly win, no question, in Sacramento, 5-4 with the McIver walk-off. Absolutely. The Kurtz bomb against Houston, the bat flip against Houston, games 1 and 4 of that series, right? That was pretty sweet. 3-1 and 6-4 wins. Those were up there for me. So we've had some good ones, man, but we've had some heartbreak too. And today for me was the toughest one. Yeah. Which first walk off? Okay, against the one he hit just an absolute bomb against Houston. I like the second one a little more just because it was off Hader. But yeah, the first one was pretty sick as well. So we have a day off tomorrow. Back at it on Friday in Sacramento. You know, guys, I'm gonna real quick. I'm just interested to see what the tickets are going for, like on sites like no. 2012 was that last gravity, that last 30 games, 30, 40, you could even go. For me, I tell you what's been the most enjoyable for me as a fan in all of sports. The last 30, 40 games of that 2012 season was the best baseball I've ever seen. And what rivals that as well is the Warriors playoff run in the We Believe years when they beat Dallas in the first round. That's up there too. But yeah, as far as unreal. 100%. As far as for the A's, oh my God, stop. Yeah, that whole thing was just remarkable. Just absolutely phenomenal, guys. Just absolutely phenomenal. But just curious to see what these Giants tickets are going for against the A's in Sacramento because of the 4th of July. I want to just see what the resale is on it in Sacramento. I mean, I'm not really thinking about going, but I'm just kind of curious. Let's see. July 4th tickets. They're expensive. Well, no, I mean, yeah, they're expensive. Shoot. Like your cheapest good seat is like $180. $180 is your cheapest good seat. That's for 4th of July. Now, let's say on July 5th, that's 4th of July. Let's say on the 5th, if it gets a little cheaper or not. No, that's expensive too. Shit. Yeah, it's a little bit like 133, 140. Not terrible. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I wish you could be there. Yeah. Tough one today, guys. Wanted to hop on. But, hey, it's the way it goes sometimes, man. You know what? Let's just try to get the Giants series. And, see what happens. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate you as always coming by, and we'll hang out soon, man. Thank you, Graf. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.